Hey everybody, how you doing? Got more to share with you regarding the Joe DeVries situation. And earlier, I reported, actually earlier on Saturday of last week. Saturday's the end of the week, right? I reported that Joe DeVries, the deputy city administrator of Oakland, and person I've had a great deal of respect for, held in high regard, I still hold in high regard. I reported that he was fired from a very good source who, over the several years, has been nothing but 100% correct. Okay? So I had very good reason to put it out there, but I also said developing. This is a developing story. That's what I wrote. This is a developing story. All right? And, but what happened was that a leak of an intention to fire him was retracted for now. That happens. And so Joe DeVries retains his position. I'll give you an example. Then Oakland Mayor Shang Tao was all set to hire Oakland Assistant City Administrator Latonda Simmons as the next CAO. But she elected, for reasons best known to herself, to rescind that offer and turn around and give it to another candidate, another person from the outside. And I remember that when that happened, because I got a couple of calls saying Shang backstabbed Latonda. That's how it was put to me. Shang backstabbed Latonda. At any rate, Joe retains his position. I got a call from Sean Maher, who is the new old. What is it when someone who was there before becomes the city public information officer again? Well, so I guess he could say he's not really the new guy. I remember Stephanie Young says, well, they have a new person coming on. Sean's not new. He's been around Oakland for almost as long as I have. Not that long. Almost. All right. So anyway, he didn't call. He actually sent me an email. At any rate, I want to emphasize this blogger has no animus toward Joe DeVries at all. Okay. But frankly speaking, the sudden reports and texts of joy from people in the homeless community over the initial news that he was terminated and the stories behind why they feel the way they feel were notable. And they are notable. All right. Clearly, Joe DeVries did something wrong, and a number of people are willing to talk about their experience. Some on the record, like Derrick Soo. There are more. Derrick Soo, the former Oakland mayoral candidate and vlogger on Zenny 62 Media here for now 4 years, came to the show to do just that, to basically dump on Joe. And he gave a series of examples that were personally upsetting to me. Details of them that are along the lines of alleged abuse of authority, arson, and neglect of duty. And the stories will make any sane person cry. I just have to say that outright, okay? The stories make any sane person cry. So I wrote this to my friend Sean Marr. I wrote, Sean, thank you for contacting me. Happy to report that Joe DeVries is still Deputy City Administrator. I did make a follow-up explaining that there were conflicting reports. And also, in the first video, I wrote developing story. But I do have concerns, Sean, about something else I have to report because more than one person either has, like Derrick, or wants to, unnamed, go on the record about it. They claim, and with a great deal of description, that Joe DeVries should be arrested. Again, the statement is always followed with specific, disturbing claims that do not pass the barometer of legal, moral, or political scrutiny. It seems that the city of Oakland has allowed a subculture of homelessness to fester to such a degree that the unofficial policy is to do nothing to really make the lives of the people living in those situations better, and to do everything possible to make their existence unbearable. How else to explain a situation where Joe DeVries is said to have personally backed the destruction of certain homeless encampments to the point of providing blow torches to certain homeless individuals to basically do the dirty work? Derrick Soo said that on the air, on this program. Derrick Soo said that, and someone who has the direct heir of Mayor Lee backed Derrick's claim. You understand? All right, Sean, I don't report this with glee, but with extreme sadness. Again, I like Joe. I enjoyed my time hanging out with Jason Overman, PR maven, by the way, and Joe around Uptown. Joe's a nice man from my experience. But all these reports, people calling me and asking if it's true, and then saying that they hope so. Oh, they say, I hope so. I hope this is true. I hope he got fired. That's what they're saying. All right? And then sharing experiences and willing to talk on camera is massively disturbing. With respect and brotherly love, Zenny. That's what I put out there. Because, as I said to someone earlier today, and I'll repeat, if you're around Oakland long enough, people become like family to you. And you understand from a different perspective what a situation really is, as opposed to what someone in the public might think or someone might put on social media. In the old days, in the 20th century, it used to be the headlines, right? Now it's broad, and social media forms folks' opinions about elected officials, government, each other, and it does so very rapidly. So when people put out what I've mentioned, it's searing and it's damaging. And it's amazing that Joe has been able to escape scrutiny, known public scrutiny on this, if only to come out clean on the other end, so he has an opportunity to clear his name, right? Because, I know Joe from working out at the gym with together. We don't, not like side by side or anything. You see him at the gym all the time. Talk about the Raiders or whatever. He's part of the fabric of Oakland. And so this isn't something that I say, unlike some friends of mine, with glee. I say it with an extreme degree of sorrow. It's not something I enjoy. But you want to see the right people do the right thing by Oakland residents when they represent this Oakland city government. And that's not too much to desire. Unfortunately, we have an inordinate number of situations, in my opinion, where a lot of ostensibly to be trusted public officials are looking out more for their own desires rather than for the public need. And I believe that Oakland's current condition reflects the problem. And it's a deep one. There's no coming together, coming to Jesus moments that we're able to point out and say, all right, we're doing this, and therefore this big project is going to catapult us back to where we were in 6 years or 7. Where is that? I don't see it. Okay. So it's a disturbing time, folks, as the mayor's transition team sits down to form their plan and as she puts her people in place. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube, because there will be more. And bookmark ZennyReport.com. Thanks. See ya.